Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a weather day it was today. This is the weather we've been waiting for, haven't we? Lots of blue sky out there as we take a look down at the Wenatchee Valley from the Wenatchee Heights area, the cross camera and our Sky-Fi tower camera. Lots of blue sky and lots of sunshine out there today. We almost got to normal for our high temperatures today. Not quite, but we were much warmer today than we have been all winter long, it seems. And especially since about the last 35 or 40 days. And our weather outlook looks pretty good as we move into the end of the week and into the weekend. Mainly dry. It still will be well below normal throughout Wednesday and tomorrow. A bit of a warm up then as we get into Friday and the weekend, especially on Sunday and Monday, where we will see warmer temperatures and near average temps. In fact, by next week, we could even see high temperatures above where we should be for this time of year. More weather details coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. After a rough day Tuesday, Rayana Rosenberg, the girl who was rescued from an icy Rock Island pond, seems to be bouncing back. President Trump signs into law a package of over 120 bills that provide new protection for public lands and natural resources. And the selection has been made for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Grand Marshal. But first, we begin tonight. The Wenatchee School Board voted unanimously last night to approve the employment contract with Dr. Paul Gordon, who will begin his post as the district superintendent on July 1st. Dr. Gordon has been the superintendent of Glen Ellen School District 41 in Glen Ellen, Illinois since 2013. Gordon believes learning is an active experience and that students must have opportunities and access to engage in their education. Before being superintendent in Glen Ellen, Dr. Gordon served as chief academic officer to over 42,000 students charged with overseeing curriculum and instruction, innovation, grants, professional development, student services, and strategic planning in the Adams 12 five-star school district in Colorado. After a rough day on Tuesday, Rayana Rosenberg, the girl who was rescued from an icy Rock Island pond, seems to be bouncing back. Sean Ballard of Ballard Ambulance says the 6-year-old girl coded Tuesday, meaning an emergency team at Seattle Children's Hospital had to stabilize the girl's heart and lungs before she was rushed into surgery. But this morning, her mother, Becca Shelton, said Rayana had improved significantly by late Monday night. Rayana spent about 20 minutes in the pond on February 21st before being rescued and brought back to life. President Trump signs into law a package of over 120 bills that provide new protections for public lands and natural resources. The bipartisan legislation, co-sponsored by Democrat Senator Maria Cantwell and Alaska Republican Lisa Murkowski, permanently protects the headwaters of the Methow River by prohibiting mining in 340,000 acres of the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. The act also designates 1.5 million acres along the Interstate 90 corridor to create the Northwest's first natural heritage area from Seattle to Ellensburg. It also improves wildfire fighting technology, in part by calling for new drones and tracking systems. Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Administrator Darcy Christofferson was a guest on this morning's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to announce this year's Grand Marshal for the 100th festival. She told host Dan Kuntz this year's choice honors the creator of the Apple Blossom Festival, Susan Wagner.
We have been in contact with Susan Wagner, who is the originator of the Apple Blossom Festival's family. And we will be honoring her two great-grandchildren for our Grand Marshals. So we'll be flying David Wright and his wife Diane, and then Mark Farnman. They each have, Susan Wagner had two daughters. So one comes from one daughter and one comes from the other daughter. So they're cousins, and we'll be flying them from New Zealand. And they will be here for 5 days, and we'll honor them at the All Service Club Luncheon, the Festival Ball, and of course the Stem Milk Growers Grand Parade. So we are pumped. We're super excited.
The Ladies Musical Club produced the first festival in 1920, and the first Apple Blossom Festival queen was Fern Proell, who resigned over the festivities then called Blossom Days. The one-day event in Memorial Park involved songs, speeches, maypoles, and baseball. Coming up next, the Washington State Senate has joined their counterparts in the House and approved legislation that would allow Washington to stay on daylight saving time year-round. Legislation advances in Olympia that could result in tens of thousands of misdemeanor marijuana possession convictions to be vacated, and a rare endangered fisher was spotted in the Plain area recently. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Welcome back. In another news, the Washington State Senate has joined their counterparts in the House and approved legislation that would allow Washington to stay on daylight saving time year-round. Senate Bill 5139 gives states like Washington the ability to make the time change effective on the second Sunday of March the year after congressional approval. During public hearings on the proposed legislation, bill's sponsor, Senator Jim Honeyford of Sunnyside, and experts pointed out the benefits of daylight saving time, such as positive impacts on students, overall health, commerce, and public safety. The Senate bill was passed by a vote of 46-3. On Saturday, the Washington House passed HB 1196 on an 89-7 vote. Legislation advances in Olympia that would result in tens of thousands of misdemeanor marijuana possession convictions to be vacated. A bill passed out of the Senate last night and is now headed to the House. Under current law, a sentencing court already has the discretion to vacate an applicant's misdemeanor conviction record, except in several circumstances, including where criminal charges are pending against the person, fewer than 3 years have passed since they completed their sentence, or if they've been convicted of a new crime since the date of conviction. During Monday's floor debate, Republican Senator Mike Padden of Spokane Valley said he was concerned that the bill ignores misdemeanor convictions that result from plea agreements. Inslee spokeswoman Jamie Smith says the governor is supportive. Inslee announced previously that he planned to pardon people who had been found guilty of possession in order to bring fairness to those with marijuana convictions. Well, a rare fisher was spotted in the Plain area recently. Local naturalist Jeff Layton captured an image of the endangered wolverine relative on a trail camera. Jeff Layton says in his blog, Married to Adventure, that the animal is believed to be one of 26 fishers that were reintroduced into the North Cascades earlier this winter. Fishers were hunted into extinction in Washington state in the 1900s because of their valuable hides. A group including the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, National Park Service, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and Conservation Northwest started with reintroducing animals near Mount Rainier National Park back in 2015. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
I'm working today.
I have got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, we continue our series on the Chelan County Drug Court from this week's NCWLIFE magazine with Caitlin Hedersheet.
So proud of you. 6 months, dude. Yeah. That's
not
fantastic.
all judges do it the same way. So some judges will step down. Some judges won't wear their robe. I wear my robe and I step down off the bench because it is not the adversarial process that the regular criminal court is, and we don't want them to feel that way. There needs to be some authority there, and so they need to know the judge makes the final decision about what happens. And that's important, but at the same time, a lot of the folks that are, all the folks that are in drug court have not had good experiences in court. It is not a positive thing for them to be in court typically. And so it's a very different experience for them to come in and have everybody asking how they're doing and caring about how their week went.
I'd see some sort of essay or something about a better way that you could have handled that, because there may be something that comes up like that again, and it seems to me that just not doing it because you're not going to be able to do all of it and are feeling overwhelmed is probably not the best decision.
And I don't know for certain, but it seems to me that they worry more about letting us down than actually what sanction they're going to get. Because they're used to doing jail time and they know that can happen. And sometimes the sanctions, we try to get more creative with the sanctions, and it can actually be more challenging than sitting in the jail. For example, one of the sanctions that we've given and has been, I think, pretty effective is making the person sitting on the criminal calendar for the whole day and sit and watch everybody else get sentenced and have their hearings. And that seems to have had a good impact on our participants that are getting sanctioned. It's a different but more positive atmosphere.
some of the things that we learned at the National Drug Court Association, we learned that 75% of the participants that graduate from drug court do not reoffend. And so I'm looking forward to having enough participants and having a length of time where we can start to gather those statistics and see the impact that this really is having. I can see just in the participants that we have right now, there's a few of them that we've known for a long time, and just the difference in this short period of time watching their recovery program and how their lives they're changing in lieu of how they were before in a traditional setting.
If you would have met me 6 months ago, I don't think you wouldn't be interviewing me right now. But I don't have everything that everyone wants or whatever. But I have an amazing life today, and it's a big drug court's a big part of that.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get to those beautiful details coming our way, let's take a look outside our weather window. Speaking of beautiful, let's look down at Leavenworth. I believe this is, I can't remember the name, Blag Mountain, I believe, something like that around the Leavenworth area. Blag Mountain, and look at the beautiful shot that we have. Blue sky all over North Central Washington today, and that meant lots of sunshine. And with the sun angle in March very, very high right now, we saw a nice warm up. The sun almost felt warm on your face today, didn't it? Because high temperatures today did get warm. 47 degrees, our unofficial high temperature today. And look at that, that's only 6 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Just a couple of days ago, we were 27 degrees below our normal high temperature. 28 is where we started our day. 34 is our normal low temperature. 71 the record set back in 1998, and 19 the record low in 1969. No new precipitation, and we're at 28.6 inches of snowfall for the year that goes back to December 1st. Sunrise 7:18, and the sun will set tonight at 7:03. Taking a look at our surface map now and what we can expect through the rest of the week and into the weekend. Tonight, increasing clouds. We could see some patchy fog develop as this cloudy area along a frontal system that's trying to push onto the west coast will bring some clouds our way. That will be just increasing clouds for us tonight. We'll see some fog in the morning. Keep in mind, all this darker gray color that you see, that's fog, and skies will be slow to clear out for our Thursday, and that will keep our temperatures down a little bit than what we saw today for tomorrow. Also a little bit cloudy for your Friday because of that pesky morning fog. It looks like we might clear out a little bit more on Friday. Our skies will turn partly cloudy by afternoon, and we'll stay well below normal temperatures in the lower 40s predominantly. On Saturday, mostly cloudy. As you can see, a lot of fog, especially in eastern Washington and the southeastern sections. We'll see a nice day on Saturday. Even better as we get into the end of the weekend on Sunday with mostly sunny skies. Warmer temperatures with highs in the mid to upper 40s. By Monday, sunny and much warmer. Look at all these clear skies all over the Pacific Northwest and Intermountain West. We are seeing a very warm southerly and southeasterly flow move into the state, and by Monday and once again into Tuesday, we are talking temperatures in the mid and maybe even upper 50s for the first part of our next work week. Let's take a look at your quick lube and tune forecast now, and low temperatures tonight will be a little bit chilly still at 23 degrees, 39 tomorrow with those clouds. Remember, we're going to see a little bit of AM fog. 25 our overnight low for Thursday, 41 on Friday, and as we get into the upcoming weekend, things just warm up. 43 Saturday, 46 with sunshine on Sunday. All kinds of bright, beautiful sunshine on Monday and Tuesday with your high 54 Monday and 56 the high temperature on Tuesday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Wenatchee Boys Panthers soccer team has played 3 games so far this season and has allowed 0 goals so far. The latest of which came last night in the Apple Bowl against Quincy, a 2-0 Wenatchee victory. Jose Camarillo scored 2 goals back-to-back late in the first half for the Panthers as Wenatchee improved to 3-0 on the season. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen were joined in the booth by Ed Navarro with a call right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
This Saturday, weather willing, of course. What's on the docket for, we'll tell you more in a second because there's a beautiful play, left-footed shot, goal, 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 goal! Jose Camarillo for the Wenatchee Panthers, 26 minutes 45.
That was a good finish, great finish, but it also got set up by Hughes run through the middle and just off to the right, kind of pulled that center back out of position for a second and froze him, and Jose just took advantage of that.
Stopped at midfield by Quincy. Alvarado. Oh, this could be interesting. Good through ball that time. Let's see what Camarillo can make happen here. Top of the box, the shot. Viene. Goal, 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 goal. Goal. Wenatchee Panthers, I'm sorry. What a great goal. What a maneuver that time between those two. And my goodness. Yeah, all of a sudden, Quincy finds itself in a very deep hole.
Yes. Now 2-0. Nice takeaway from Wiersma and nice pass through.
How did that happen?
It was just a little. They relaxed too much in the middle. That ball was a slow ball across the middle, and Wiersma just hit that on his full sprint.
Yeah,
and instead of waiting for the rest of his teammates to catch up, he saw an opportunity to counter those guys and just took it right to their center back and then fed the ball through. So that was perfect.
Defers to Omar Lopez, back to Camarillo. Oh! And the delivery back to the keeper. Nice. No, there's a shot, and it sails over the crossbar. What a technically rich maneuver that time by Camarillo, getting control of that ball and then delivering that shot. No. Oh, trying to play keep away. That one kind of backfired. There's Felipe Cepeda, the shot across. And before
just launched this,
Tatis Lopez could connect, cleared away by Wenatchee. And there's the whistle. This game is over with Wenatchee taking this one by a score of 2-0. Camarillo on the 27th and the 29th minute seals this victory.
Wenatchee coach Dennis Tronson said after the game he was pleased with his team's performance overall, and hats off to Quincy for providing a formidable challenge.
I knew they would come out with an entirely different style than we've seen in our first 2 games where teams played a 4-3-3. They come out in a very organized 4-2-2, and we had to adjust. And I felt during the first 20 minutes we were kind of playing into their defensive philosophy to sit in, and they wanted to counter. But we were able to find 2 breakdowns with Jose Camarillo getting into some excellent balls, especially the first goal from the pass from Carlos Veramontes, something that we've really been striving for. Defensively, I thought we had some lapses, but I thought both goalkeepers played solid. Tayson Shepard came in and gave us 60 solid minutes off the bench, and then we finished up allowing him to go up top and kind of be a little bit of a chaser and allowed Logan to finish the game off, and he does an outstanding job. But our back line, our back three was just solid today, and I think that's the key. We still got some things to work out in our midfield, and I think if we straighten those out, we're going to do really well. But tip my hat to Quincy, their first night, on the turf, and they played it exceptionally well. They're going to be a force to reckon with in the CWAC.
Wenatchee's off for a week until it hosts West Valley in the Apple Bowl next Tuesday. NCW Life Channel and the Wenatchee Apple Sox are pleased to announce a partnership to bring 4 baseball games live on TV coming up this summer. The Apple Sox you can watch on the NCW Life Channels. They'll battle Walla Walla June 15th, Bellingham July 13th, Portland July 27th, and Yakima August 3rd. Those are all Saturdays. Joel Norman, the voice of the Apple Sox, will provide the play-by-play. Of course, you can hear every Apple Sox game broadcast on radio locally with our friends at Sunny FM. The Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks indoor football team continues to prepare for its first game a couple of Saturdays from now in Idaho. In the meantime, if you had a curiosity of how they work out, here's your chance to experience it tonight. Skyhawks hosting a Train Like a Pro event tonight at Wenatchee Valley College. Evening begins at 6 o'clock with a meet and greet and an opportunity to participate in Skyhawks training drills. Team will practice from 7 to 8 o'clock. The event, free to the public, takes place at the Jack and Edna McGuire Student Rec Center on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Skyhawks first game at home, by the way, March 28th against the Reno Express. The Skyhawks part of the 4-team American West Football Conference. Well, the NCAA tournament hasn't even started yet, and we have an upset. St. Mary's beat the number 1 ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs in West Coast Conference Championship last night, 60-47. The Gales played a slowdown game, which Gonzaga could never figure out throughout the contest. Bulldogs shot just 2 for 17 beyond the arc, 37% from the field. With the win, St. Mary's earns the automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. Now the question, if the 30-3 Zags will still be a number 1 seed into that tournament. Earl Thomas is now officially no longer a Seattle Seahawk. Thomas agreed to terms to become a Baltimore Raven. According to reports, Thomas signed a 4-year contract worth $55 million, $32 million guaranteed. On his Twitter account today, he said, quote, "Thank you, Seattle, for the love and memories that my family and I will never forget," end quote. Other Seahawks news quickly. They now have a kicker. Sebastian Janikowski out, and the team has reached agreement to sign free agent kicker Jason Myers to a 4-year contract. Myers was in camp battling with Janikowski last season and was cut midway through camp. He went on to become a Pro Bowler with the Jets, hitting 33 of 36 field goals, including 6 of 7 from beyond 50 yards. Myers now the kicker for the Hawks. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
The NCW Life Channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's Learn, Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Paprika mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha pepitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
And you're watching the NCWLIFE channel.